The Lord's Prayer isn't talked about much online. I want it played before every episode, and I'm not forcing any religion on anyone. Thank you, God. And now here's my mom and saying the Lord's Prayer.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
This is Standing Strong. Let's chat with Waylon. Join Waylon as he interviews people around the world with a variety of topics surrounding everyday struggles and bringing trustworthy communication to his guest. It's time we have more positivity and kindness in the world. He has had family, friends, actors, fitness experts, and the legendary ring announcer of WWE, Lillian Garcia. He can't wait to bring more inspiring episodes your way. Welcome to Standing Strong. Let's chat with Waylon.
We are back, and wow, this is the 58th episode. So good to be 58 episodes in. I hope your new year is going well, and I can't wait to bring you my next guest, Steve Cruz. Before we get into the episode, thank you all so much for the love and support. Keep pushing on in life. And now, here's Steve Fox introducing my next guest.
Steve Cruz, born and raised in Los Angeles, California, is an actor who studied with master acting coaches including Aaron Speiser and Howard Fine, along with improv classes at UCB and Second City. He is a proud Mexican American with deep roots tracing back to the birthplace of mariachi music, Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. His life has been a tapestry woven with vibrant colors of his culture. From a young age, Steve harbored an intense passion for Mexican cuisine. Guided by his mother and her treasured 100-year-old recipes, he embraced the authentic flavors of Mexican food, and it holds a special place in his heart, and they're a means of preserving and sharing the essence of their Mexican heritage with friends and family. Growing up in his father's auto repair shop, Steve acquired the invaluable skill of seamlessly switching between English and Spanish. His first taste of the spotlight came at age 11 when he was captivated by magic of the theater, the Wizard of Oz play at St. Mathias, as they provided him with an opportunity that would shape his future. His recent work includes commercials in Veronica's Insurance, Kiba, the world's first interactive self-editing camera, ESPN Deportes, and also Cricket Wireless. He is also known for Murder in the Heartland 2017, Dartman YouTube series, and Accident, Suicide, or Murder 2019, Hidden Tracks, a geocaching tale of mediocre proportions, Way Out, Don't Play with Ghosts, Social Norm, International Travels, Mingle, and more. He is excited for the completion of all 60 episodes of the gripping soap opera Revenge and Love, which is slated for an early 2024 release on the Good Short app, and also his other project, Lights Up, Angels and Filthy Mouse. This comedy is hitting a streaming service in 2024. It's Waylon's pleasure to welcome Steve Cruz on Standing Strong.
Hello, everyone. And first, thank you so much, Steve, for the introduction of the 58th guest, Steve Cruz. Now, at this time, everyone, please welcome to Standing Strong, Steve Cruz. What's up, Steve?
Hey, how's it going, Waylon? Thank you so much for having me and for reaching out. I really appreciate it. I love the introduction. It was awesome.
Thank you. Anyways, at this time, before we get started with the episode, can you let people know where they can find you on social media?
Yeah, it's pretty easy. On Instagram, it's at Steve A. Cruz. On TikTok, it's at Steve A. Cruz. And I think those are the only two. Facebook, I guess, if people use Facebook, at Steve A. Cruz.
All right, there you go, everyone. Anyways, Happy New Year, Steve.
Happy New Year to you too.
Thank you. How was your Christmas?
Oh, it was great. It was great. I had a lot of fun, lots of family, lots of cooking. I probably cooked for 6 days straight, every day for over 300 people, different things. So yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I saw your story with the mac and cheese you made.
Oh
Looked
yeah,
delicious.
yeah, it was pretty good.
That's good. That's good. So now, in your bio of your website, you stated that you were told by a lot of people that you will never be or make it as an actor. How did you overcome that and prove people wrong?
Well, I'm still overcoming it. I still don't think I've made it as an actor. Obviously, I'm working towards that, but I'm working towards that goal. But I'm overcoming it by just pushing through and not allowing that negativity to seep in. It's hard sometimes. It's a form of bullying that your own family members sometimes do. Not close family members, but people around you usually do it, and it hurts. It hurts when somebody doesn't believe in you. And it's fine if you don't want to believe in me, but when somebody tells you straight out, "Oh, you're not going to make it," or "You're too ugly," or "You're too this," it starts hurting your feelings, and you start believing it, and that's the problem. You don't want to believe it. So the way I overcame it was, I just push through every day. I go to my auditions, I work hard, and I remind myself that I am talented, that I am who I am. That's how God made me, and I can't change that. And I love who I am. I don't want to be anybody else but me. Even with all my flaws and the good sides of it and everything, I just want to be me, and I love being me. So
Right.
I get through it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We are all original. We don't want to be a copy. So,
Exactly.
yep. Now, what what's your encouragement to someone who wants to be an actor?
You have to really love it. It's not an easy career. Just a lot of careers aren't easy, but there's a lot of rejection. And at first, I didn't understand that. I didn't understand the rejection isn't, oh, you didn't get it, you didn't get it. The rejection is probably silent. You do a lot of auditions over and over and over again, and you don't hear anything back, and you think it's not going to affect you until it starts affecting you. After a couple of months of not booking anything and doing every audition, you start to wonder, every audition that comes your way, you start to wonder, is there something wrong with me? Why am I not booking? Am I not talented enough? Am I not tall enough? Am I not short enough? Anything starts going through your head. And that's the part that you just have to understand when you want to be an actor, and you have to get through it. And I do encourage people to do it if they want to do it, but you have to really, really, truly love it. A lot of people I feel that I meet are in it for the wrong reasons. They want fame, they want this, they want that, but they don't understand that acting, it's just like another job. It's a profession. There's a lot of waiting in acting, and that's where I hear the most complaints from actors is, "Oh, if I only was on set and this and that." I'm like, it's part of the game. It's part of the business. You have to wait. You have to wait for auditions. You have to wait when you get booked the job. You have to wait when you're on set. You have to wait, 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 wait. So if you understand the I guess the drawbacks of what acting is, and you're willing to go through that rejection phase, you're willing to go through the waiting phase, you're really to revamp every 6 months, or be analytical of yourself. Am I doing everything that I possibly can? Because there's nobody there. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have a mentor, and she helps me out. But in reality, there's not that many people there that help you in your career, because it's lonely. It's like you have to do this on your own. Nobody could be there in the audition room for you, and nobody could be there with you waiting to see if you're going to get it. And the waiting game's really hard. But with all that being said, if you truly love it, when you're in it, all that stuff is just extra. Like, it hurts still, and the rejection still sucks, and all this stuff, but you feel it on the inside that this is where you're supposed to be. So if you feel that, I say just go for it, and don't allow fear to dictate your life. I allowed fear for many years not allow me to go into audition rooms, not allow me to take the next step in my career, and let agents push me around. I allowed all that stuff to happen because I was afraid. I was afraid that the agents weren't going to like me if I spoke up. I was afraid, that my auditions weren't going to be so great, or I was afraid of everything. Don't be afraid. Just go for it and try it. And sometimes you'll realize maybe you tried it and you didn't like it, and that's okay too.
Absolutely love that advice. I hope anyone who is watching was inspired by what he just said. Now, how was your experience during the commercial for Cricket Wireless?
That was the whole thing, from audition to filming the commercial, was really fun. And I auditioned for the commercial before, and I didn't get it, and then I get a call. It's like, and I had COVID the day I auditioned for the commercial, and I was really bad, and I said, okay, I don't care, I'm just gonna do my audition. But then I didn't get it, but I did get a call a couple of months later saying, hey, they want to see you again. I did the audition, I booked the role. Now, going on set, I didn't know how big or small the commercial was. I hadn't done a bigger commercial, like a big commercial with a big company like that yet. So when I got to set, and there was people running around, like makeup artists, lighter grips, it's just different types of people. They had a cook, they had everything. I was like, whoa! I got a little taken aback. And then when they tell me, okay, we're ready for you, go on set, I sit down and they tell me, do you know your lines? And I said, I didn't get lines. Like, what? What are you talking about? You didn't get the lines? We gave them at the hotel. I didn't get a hotel. So now I'm sitting there not knowing my lines. Because they gave them to all the actors at the hotel, but since I was local, they didn't give it to me. They didn't give me a hotel room. So I had to memorize my lines on the spot with everybody looking at me. You have like 20, 30 people looking at you in front of you. And then you have people looking at you from New York, from Florida, from different places. So that was a great experience for me. I had to think on the spot. I had to enjoy the process at the same time, because I told myself mentally when I was sitting there, this is what you're here for. This is what you love. You're doing what you love. So either you can get scared and start complaining, or you could just enjoy the process and just realize this is the card you were dealt with today, and you just have to go with it. And that's what I did. I went with it, and I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
That's good.
Were you able to see it?
I watched it a couple of days ago on your Instagram account, and it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Now on to the next question. What was one favorite thing you cooked following your mom's 100-year-old recipe?
There's so many. She helped me with. She taught me so many recipes. But my favorite has to be the mole, because that's the oldest recipe. It's 130 years old, and I have had family members remind them when they were kids, like, oh, I remember this. It was our great grandma's recipe and stuff. So it has to be the mole, and it's the first thing I cooked after she passed away. After she passed away, and it just brings back all the memories cooking it, and I love it. I love cooking it for everybody, and a lot of people do love it. So yeah, it's got to be the mole.
Awesome, love that. Now, if you weren't an actor today, what would you have been?
That's a hard question because I tried so many things. I started off in industrial design. I wanted to be a theme park designer, thinking I could do that. I got kicked out of art school because I didn't know how to draw. And then I went to community college, and I took a lot of communication classes, a lot of business classes, and I enjoyed those very much. But then I got into construction engineering at Cal Poly Pomona, and I did that for a while. I was on my last year before I decided to leave and become an actor, and I realized that becoming an actor, I can be all those things. At least I can try to be all those things, playing different characters. And I kind of find that question very hard to answer because I love acting so much. And I feel like I want to be everything. I still wanted to be a theme park designer. I just wasn't very good at it. Still wanted to be a communications major. But I guess if I had to pick, it would have to be something with people. So I would, because I love humanity. I love human beings. It would probably be a motivational speaker. Just be a motivational speaker. A lot of people think that I would pick a restaurant, owning a restaurant or cooking. And I love doing that. I love doing it for family. I love seeing people come together. But I think it would be too lonely in the sense that I love being around people and I love talking to people. So it would have to be a motivational speaker if I had to pick one. But probably motivational speaker. I like to inspire and help people out.
Awesome. Great advice. All right, everyone. We will be right back after this break.
We will be right back with Standing Strong. Let's chat with Waylon after this break.
Thank you so much for making it this far into the episode and for all the love and support. I'm able to have trustworthy communication with my guests and give them the opportunity to ask me questions.
Check out some incredible podcasts that Waylon suggests, and the links will be in the description box. Culture Shocked, a podcast based on gaming, movies, and TV shows. It's a one-of-a-kind podcast. Tyler's Takedowns, a wrestling podcast on the SJP World Media Network that discusses classic and modern-day professional wrestling. God TV, an amazing podcast run by SoCal Val, Lisa Marie Varon, and Mickey James. WrestleManiacs with Waylon and Tyler, a weekly wrestling show regarding breaking down WWE news. Now, Waylon would like for you to check out some other amazing people, and their links will be in the description. Catherine Norland. She's an inspirational person who does Sunday Lives on her YouTube channel and talks greatly about God our Father. Rainy Vacation, a small music group from northwestern Pennsylvania created by Sean and Nathan. Ox Films, a production company run by actor Richard Ryan. He's an amazing guy, and some of his hit movies were Art of Deception, Fortune 500 Man, and Natural Demise. Richard has been working hard and will be bringing out more, including new music of his own. Visit www.oxfilms.us and follow him on Instagram at RichardRyan7. Once again, Ox Films, check it out and watch the films on his website. Ace Hire, and a musician and content creator named Austin Sire. Austin does amazing content and music. He's a very talented person, and Waylon loves his work.
Follow the show on social media. On Facebook, Waylon Myers Podcast. On Instagram, Waylon Myers Podcast. On TikTok, Waylon Myers Podcast. And on YouTube, www.youtube.com/Waylon Myers. Thank you, Tyler, for being back on Standing Strong in a different way. And now back to the episode. Welcome back, everyone, to Standing Strong. I hope you're enjoying Steve Q's interview on this 58th episode. Steve, what are you liking about being on my show so far?
I love you're easy to talk to. You have great questions. And, make me feel comfortable and make me feel special. I love that.
Thank you, thank you. That means a lot. Now, we were just talking about what you had been if you wasn't an actor today. So moving on, talk about your experience on your first taste of the spotlight at age 11.
Yes, I did. I was played a munchkin at a school play when I was 11 years old for my sister's high school play for The Wizard of Oz. And I just remember I didn't want to do it. My parents forced me to do it. I was like, oh my God. And I just remember being behind the stage. And when the curtains opened up, I felt the wave of, the people's energy just come towards me. And I remember seeing the lights, and I remember all the actors and the smells of the theater and all that stuff. And I just remember walking forward, and I thought I was going to feel fear. I was going to be scared. But when I walked forward to say my line, I felt amazing. I felt this energy, like, oh my God. And then I just said, follow the yellow brick road. That's the only line I had. And it just felt amazing. It felt so good. My heart just stayed there with wanting to be an actor in that moment, but I didn't pursue it until much later when I was in my mid-20s. That I thought about it before, but everybody used to tell me, oh, it wasn't a real career. You shouldn't do that. You have to pick a real career. So I didn't do it. I just let it be. But yeah, that was my first taste of it, and I got hooked since I was 11 years old. I loved it. It was amazing, and just people's energy. It gives you so much.
Awesome, awesome. I love that. Now, you have played in a lot of the Doorman YouTube series. What is it like working for Doorman Studio, and what was your favorite episode to have filmed?
Well, I play a cop a lot on Darman. Probably most of my characters have been cops, I think, except for two. And about 10 episodes with them. I love it. I mean, this is my experience. I've been treated amazingly. I go in, everybody's so nice. And I just have a lot of fun. I don't think I've ever been on a set for Darman where you have a bad experience. It's usually a very good one. We have fun. Everybody talks to each other. You go to the scenes, then you're out in the holding area, and you're, while they're fixing the other scenes or the other actors are doing their scenes, and you're talking, and then they have like an environment where you can talk to other actors that are doing other Darman episodes, and that's cool too. And yeah, it's just amazing. I love it. I love working for them, and I love doing episodes with them. And I've had nothing but great experience with them. And you asked which one my favorite episode is. It's got to be the what do you call it? It was called the cop plants drugs on innocent man. I really love that one because the way it was filmed like a short movie. It was really cool. And some of the scenes were darker than other Darman episodes, which is pretty cool. And I got to play one of the main ones, so maybe that's why I liked it so much, because I came out in a lot of the scenes. But yeah, that was pretty cool. I love being the good cop in that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was one of my favorite ones you did, because you was the person that your partner was gonna plant the substance on you, and then it turned out he was the kingpin.
Yeah, exactly. So it's my first day on the job, basically, when I get in there. And my partner, his partner had like quit or something, and it's my first day on the job, so I would think that he's gonna show me the ropes, and I'm gonna learn how to follow one of the main guys. I was excited. And come to find out that he's a corrupt cop and stuff like that. And you're like, whoa, what? You have to do the right thing. You have to figure out, how am I going to do the right thing when my boss, essentially, basically my partner, he's higher than me, is doing the total opposite, planning drugs and stuff like that. So I'm glad I played that. It was a lot of fun to play getting drugged by him.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't figure it out. Like, I didn't want it to look so cheesy, and I ended up spinning myself around a little bit just to see how it felt to feel a little dizzy in that moment. And it was really fun because I didn't think they were gonna do a take. But when I was spinning just to see how it felt a little bit, he goes, "Action!" And I was like, "Whoa!" So I walked in that scene when I get drugged, really spinned out, like, "Oh my god!" I wanted to fall over. So that was a pretty cool experience. But yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. I loved it.
Yeah, it was a good one. And then the original cop, then he tried to do that to got fired. Then eventually he got his job back at the end.
At the end,
he was innocent. Yep.
And they arrest the main, my partner gets arrested. Yes.
Yep, that was a good episode. I love that one.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. So you did Murder in the Heartland, Accident, Suicide, or Murder, Hidden Tracks, Social Norm, Don't Play with Ghosts, just to name a few. What was your experience like doing these incredible projects?
Yeah, these projects, I mean, they're to actors that are just that are a little that are above me in terms of having more credits and stuff. It would be like, oh, that's not really that's not a real shows or whatever. I love doing them. They're giving me experience. Granted, some of those I didn't have any lines, and it was blurry because that's how those shows are shot. They're like trying to figure out who the murderer is and stuff. But they're a lot of fun to film. They're not as high pressured since you don't have lines to memorize. You just go in there and you still act for them. Just that it's gonna be blurry in the end. But I'm proud. I don't care. I'm proud of everything I do. If not, why do them, right? If you're not going to be proud of what you do, don't do them. And yeah, I did those. Those are fun to film. Social Norm. That was a couple of years ago. I did that for one of my friends that he had and stuff. But yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember what the thing was about because I only came out in one scene and it was literally like, oh, just do this one scene. I didn't even get the whole script. And I never saw it. So I don't know how I did. So it was I probably did background for that. But Hidden Tracks, I just filmed that a couple of months ago with my friend. It got put in some film festivals. So we're waiting to hear back from those. We got an award for ensemble cast in that one in one of the film festivals we did go in. And also, I think production design. We got an award for that one. So that was pretty cool. And that one, I had to film in shorts, and it was in the summer, and we were filming in the woods, and I got bit by so many bugs. It's not even funny. My legs had polka dots everywhere. I'm like, what is going on? And I was itchy for like a week. And then there was poison ivy all around us. Oh my God, it was hilarious, but it was also a lot of fun. It's about geocaching. Do you know what geocaching is?
I don't.
So basically, they hide things all over the world, and you sign up for this app, and you could go look for them. And then when you look for them, you find them, you put your name on it. So people from all over the world are always constantly looking at it. It's like a treasure hunt. It's
nice.
Yeah, so that's what the show was about. I mean, the short film was about. But yeah, I love all those projects I did. They're helping me with building who I am as an actor, and every experience I feel helps.
Yep. Awesome. Well, I just want to say congratulations on all your success with these projects.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Now, growing up, did you ever face bullying, and how did you overcome it?
Yeah. Like in high school and middle school, not really. I didn't have bullies like that. But in your life as you grow up, you start, because you always want to see a bully as someone that's like picking you around, pushing you around in high school, right? Or in when you're in school. But in life, I had bullies, and here's the crazy part: you don't even realize they're bullies. They're your family members. They're your friends. And you start realizing they're bullies because they start making comments that make you feel bad, and they start telling you things that it's not possible for you to do certain things. And I consider those bullies, because what do they know what I can do or cannot do? You know, so somebody that keeps on telling you you can't do this or you can't do that. It's sort of what we were talking about when we first started the episode. Someone calling you ugly, someone telling you that you're too short to be an actor, or stuff like that. That's a bully, and you don't realize it. And that's the important part. You have to see these people for who they are, even if they're family members, even if they're friends. And you have to get them away as far as possible. You have to get away from them as far as possible, because they hold you back. Those type of people hold you back when you want to be the best you. You want to be who you are, and you want to grow as a person. You want to grow as an actor or whatever career you're in. But these people always try to bring you down because they don't want you to leave them. They don't want you to stay. They don't want you to go above where they are, which is a concept that they have in their head. Because who's above who? Just live your life. Nobody's above anybody. You live your life the way you want to live it, and I'll live mine the way I want to live it. And just let me be happy. And I think that those bullies would be even happier. But yeah, I got bullied, I guess, by a lot of family members that didn't believe in me, that try to push me down for whatever reason it may be. And you get bullied by friends that you thought were friends.
Right? Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. Now, what's your favorite thing about Mexico? And what would you recommend to others to visit there?
Yeah, oh my God, there's so many things. It's one, the people, you know, they're so friendly. Everybody's so nice. You go to a restaurant, hi, welcome, come on in, have a seat. They start conversations very easily in Mexico, which is where my family's from. So that's pretty nice, and I love that. And then the food, oh my God, the food is so good. And you have Mexican food is so diverse. I mean, you have tacos, pozole, menudo, carne en su jugo, birria. I mean, you can go on and on and on the list of foods. So those two things are the best part of Mexico. Obviously, Mexico is beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful places in Mexico as well. But talking to people over there, and the food is just amazing. And people, I mean, they're very friendly. I'm telling you, they're very friendly in Mexico, where you could strike up a conversation with almost anyone, and you'll get that, you know, they'll ask you questions. They're very interested about you as well. So when you're asking them questions, they want to know as much as you about you than you about them, which is pretty cool.
Awesome, awesome. Well, there you go, everyone. If you ever want to visit Mexico, we hope you love it. Now, next question. Are there any actors that you looked up to and was influenced by with your career?
Yeah, there are. There's a couple, and directors too. So it's Arnold, the Terminator. I love him. I read his book a couple of times. I listen to anything he says because he's very inspirational. Uh, Steve Martin, growing up, I loved Steve Martin and Martin Short. They're hilarious. I love all their movies, everything they did. My favorite movie is Father of the Bride. A lot of people are like, what? I know, but that's my favorite movie. I just love it. They're both in it, and it's hilarious. Also, Mexican actor Eugenio Derbez. He's hilarious too, and he's showing that you could cross over from Mexico into being a Hollywood star little by little, which is awesome. And also the three Mexican directors that all won Oscars, which is Guillermo del Toro, Alejandro González Iñárritu, and Alfonso Cuarón. Those are all inspirations of how Mexican or Hispanic can be successful in Hollywood. which are inspiring to me every single day. So yeah, with all those, I listened to all their stories, I read their books, and I just love hearing them. I mean, I
Awesome.
love their advice.
Great. That's good. I love that. Now, looking back then and now, did your career meet your expectation today?
Yes. I mean, am I where I would want to be? I don't think any actor's ever where they want to be. Everybody wants to, we're always thinking, we always want to think ahead. But if I sit down and I think about what acting has given me, emotionally, the joys of it, yes, of course, I've had a lot of joys. Obviously a lot of no's and a lot of rejection, but I feel like it's making me stronger every time I hear that, because I just learned how to think differently. So every time I do an audition, I used to do it wanting the job. I really want the job. I really want the job. I still want it. I still do it that way. I mean, I still want the job, but I'm enjoying the process. I didn't enjoy the process of being an actor. I was like, oh, when am I going to make it? When am I going to make it? And the truth is, we never know when we're going to make it. So, I was like, are you going to enjoy the process now? Are you going to enjoy being an actor now? And I am. I'm enjoying being an actor now. I love it. I love auditions. I love when I get the auditions. I love my agents. They're amazing. They get me a lot of great auditions. I just got 2 new agencies and a manager as well, and they've all been great. I love the people I meet as an actor. My classmates of the classes I do go to, my mentor that helps me out. I wouldn't have met all these amazing, wonderful people if it wasn't for acting. And I don't think I would be as close to other human beings if it wasn't for acting. Even though my love for humanity and my love for people's people and the way people act and the way people are what brings me to acting. I feel like it's made me more aware and more sensitive to other people with different problems. So I could be a hothead sometimes, but at the same time, I have a heart, and I feel when somebody gets mad or when somebody does something, I want to see the positive side in them. I know that they're good people on the inside. Some not, but the majority of them are. They could just be having bad days and stuff like that. So even the little things, acting has helped me out with every single day.
Absolutely. All right. So, Steve, thank you so much for answering all my questions. Now, at this time, I am going to give you the opportunity to ask me questions.
Nice. Love it. I'm excited. Okay. I'm in Waylon's seat now, huh? All right. I mean, from the post that I've seen, you love wrestling. Am I correct?
I do.
All right. Who's your favorite wrestler? Because I used to love wrestling a lot. I haven't watched it in years, but I want to know, who's your favorite wrestler of all time, all generations?
All right. So when I first watched WWE back in 1999.
Attitude Era.
Yep. At first, I really didn't got into the wrestling as much. But everyone always asked me why. She's not a wrestler. She's just an announcer. My favorite person of WWE of all time was the ring announcer Lillian Garcia.
Yes.
So she wasn't a wrestler, she was an announcer, and there was just something that connected with me that I liked about her.
The way she announced all the wrestlers coming in was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, speaking to your question, why wasn't WWE going on after that? My all-time favorite wrestler has got to be, out of the males, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Nice.
And then out of the female, Lita.
Oh, the high flyer. She was awesome.
Yeah.
Hardy Boys.
Uh-huh.
Yes, those are great choices.
Yep.
That is awesome. Mine was Stone Cold Steve Austin too during the Attitude Era. He was just badass. I loved him. It was so cool. Oh my God, that's so cool. Okay, so we had the same favorite wrestler. Now, mine was also Eddie Guerrero in 2005. 2006, right before he died. But no, that's so cool. Okay, nice. All right, second question. And I have a feeling I know who it's gonna be, but I'm gonna ask you anyways. Who's been your favorite guest on your show?
My 50th guest, Lillian Garcia.
I knew it. I knew it. Why?
Because it was like a big opportunity to me. It made me feel like I accomplished everything I wanted in life. Because I grew up being a fan. I was 7 years old when I became a fan of Lillian Garcia's.
Wow.
After I graduated high school, I got on to Twitter, which is now X, and I created Team Lillian. So when I first started Team Lillian, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if Lillian was gonna acknowledge my hard work or not. It was April of 2012. She followed me.
Nice.
Then it was a year later. She appreciated everything I have done for her. And she invited me to WWE Raw and SmackDown's Christmas special in Pittsburgh. So I got to meet her for the very first time. And then after years go by, I did lots of stuff for her. I helped her with social media graphics, thumbnails for WWE, and then I helped her with her Chasing Goalie podcast. I did the social media graphics for her. And then her encouragement is what made me feel comfortable. She always said, always be yourself and trust that it's enough. So I ran with it. I felt comfortable going live on Instagram. When I went live for the first time on Instagram, she surprised me by popping up face to face. So she was like my first live person that I talked to. And then I had fun doing it. And then back in 2021, I decided to do this talk show because I wanted to at least change one person's life. So her encouragement got me going and comfortable doing a talk show. And then when I did episode 1 through 49, I was like, everything I've done, because I follow Lillian's advice of always be yourself and trust that it's enough. And I was like, I'm going to reach out to Lillian, because who better than Lillian Garcia to be my 50th guest with all the accomplishment I achieved in my life. Because she knew me from when I was shy, because when I first met her, I was shy. So she saw me from being shy to being confident in myself today. So having her as my 50th guest meant a lot to me. And I even got to know a little bit more about her than I never knew about. And I thank her for sharing what she did.
Oh, it's amazing. And I'm so glad you found her. I'm so glad you found her, because confident you are, my friend. Very confident. That is very good. I'm so happy for you. Awesome.
Thanks.
I got one more question. More question. Okay. So we already talked about wrestling. Now let's talk about Darman, since I feel like that's what brought us together, right? You saw me on a Darman episode. What's your favorite Darman episode?
Oh, that's a hard one.
There's so many, by the way.
I know. Actually, his there was a lot of all of his episodes that I have watched about bullying, homeless, and all that. Those are all amazing. But one of my favorite, and I believe it was a couple years ago, I don't remember the title, but it was his first ever feature film. I think it was called A Girl Find Out She Was Adopted on Thanksgiving. That was such a good one.
That was a good one. That was about 2 years ago. It was like an hour, 15 minutes, I believe. It was his first one. And it was pretty good.
It was.
Yeah.
I love all the ones that Catherine Nolan was in. Tony Tervis.
I did a podcast for Catherine.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did a podcast. I think her last name's Zola, but I did a podcast for her. She's the one that has a green eye and a blue eye, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, she's great.
She was the first doorman actress and actor that I interviewed on my talk show.
Oh, nice. You know, it wasn't a podcast. It was a lot like a question and a Q&A basically with her. We did it during the one of the takes, but she's very nice. Very nice. If I'm
not mistaken, I have interviewed about 30 of the doorman actors.
Wow, that's crazy. That's really good. No, you know what? Doorman is doing great things.
Yes.
It shows that kids still like to watch positive things. And it's funny because I do go a couple of times when I haven't done a Dharma in probably a year, but when there was a time where I was consistently being a cop, I was getting recognized by people. Do I know you? Oh, you're a Dharma cop. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a Dharma cop. That's funny. So I never thought I would get that from a YouTube video, but I have. And yeah, they're watched by so many people, but they have great stories and, you know, they have good messages, and it's for kids. It's for kids and adults, but kids actually like them, which is why they get millions and millions of views. And I hope they keep on getting millions and millions of views because they're great stories with great messages to have.
Absolutely. And now I'm not one that sets goals for the new year. But one of my goals is, if in 2024 good, if not, one of my biggest goals is to eventually one day interview Dollman. I've interviewed numerous of his actors. I will love the opportunity to interview how they all started.
Yeah. Have you reached out to them?
I reached out to him once, but because of Instagram changed their policy, you cannot send any more messages unless it's accepted. So.
Oh yeah. So, yeah, which is why I didn't see your message at first. I was like, oh, somebody sent me a message. You have to see it on request.
Mm-hmm.
But why don't you try emailing the company?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
Because everyone was like, why didn't you reach out more? I'm like, I don't want to bug because he probably gets billions of messages a day. So I'm like, I just want to be respectful of his time and his schedule.
Yeah.
So, but I'm like, if he sees it, good. If not, never say never, never give up, because you never know what it will bring. So
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I have a feeling by this time next year, I'm gonna turn on your podcast and he's gonna be on it. So I believe in you.
Yeah, I always was thinking, I'm like, I'm almost to 60 episodes. If I can make it to 100, who could be my 100 guest? And I was like, Dollman.
That's got to be your goal. That's got to be your goal. I love it. I love goals. And I think that's a great goal, that he would be your 100th guest, because Lillian was your 50th guest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, having a Darman as your 100th guest would probably be amazing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wouldn't give up. I would bug them. If I were you, I'd just send emails.
Yeah.
Throw it out there to them. Try to get them 100 guests.
Like my purpose online is, I don't want to be a internet famous celebrity on YouTube. I just want to interview my guests, get to know them, have them get to know me, spread positivity out in this world just to change one person's life for free. That's what I'm all about online. I don't care about the views. I don't care about the number of my following. It's just, I just want to spread positivity and let people know they are not alone in life.
Well,
So.
you know what? I'm pretty sure you've changed more than one life already. If you've done 50 episodes, you're very good at interviewing people. You have very good questions, and I'm almost positive that just by doing your show, you're inspiring people already. Inspire me, which is why I wanted to do it. When you asked me, I was like, "Oh, he wants to interview me?" I'm like, "Of course I will. Of course I will." And I think you inspire people every day. So you keep on doing your show, keep on your podcast, keep on interviewing people. It doesn't seem, I know that you love doing this. You could see it glow out of you. It's amazing. And it's amazing to sit in front, even though it's virtually, sit in front of someone that is passionate about what they do and they love what they do. Because I'm pretty sure it's hard work. It's not easy to set everything up, set up the meetings. We've been talking all week. You've been throwing, this is what it's going to look like. Do you approve? It's a lot of work that you were doing. I felt very special the whole week because you were helping me out. You walked me through it so that when I sat down and I did the interview with you, I was very comfortable. I felt like I knew you already. And I know that's not by accident. I know that's by design. I know that's why you talk to people, you send messages. And you inspired me by doing that. Your work ethic was amazing. Your follow through was great. I saw how many episodes you have. A lot of people say, "Oh, I want to do a podcast," and they do 1 or 2, 3, 4, 10 episodes, and then they stop. I started YouTube videos. I stopped. I started, TikTok videos. I stopped. But you keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. That's inspiration already right there. It just shows you. And like you said, you don't care about the numbers. You don't care about how many people view. You just want to inspire. Well, you inspired me. I love how much effort you put into all the work that you do, and you showed me the whole week how to treat somebody that's going to be a guest on your show, how to treat that person. It's not just, "Oh, you want to be on my show? Great. Perfect. Okay, I'll see you that day." No, you walked me through steps. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. I want to be friendly, respectful to all the guests I interview. That's why I send everything that I do for approval, because I want my show to be 100% comfortable with my guests.
Yes, and you do that. So thank you. And
you're welcome.
Speaking of goals, you said your goal was Darman. My goal is to get my first co-star on a show on either Hulu, Netflix, wherever it is, to get my first co-star or higher. That's going to be my goal for 2024. And the day I do get it, I will send you a message telling you I did it. I did my first goal. And like I said, you inspire me by doing your podcast and doing it so well and doing all that stuff. It's inspiring. So I love it. And this positive energy coming through.
Thanks. Now, if I ever get a message from Doorman about being on my show, I'll message you.
You gotta let me know. I am going to be so happy. I'm going to be so happy for you. I'm rooting for you. I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to say yes. And I have no doubt in my mind you will interview Darman himself.
Thank you. And speaking of, I was gonna quit during my talks on just 7 episodes in.
Oh no!
Because I lost this courage in myself, and I'm like, I'm running out of people to talk to. Who am I gonna have on my show? I was just losing it, and I was discouraging myself. And then I messaged Lillian Garcia, and I'm like, I'm losing faith in doing these. And she reminded me to always be yourself and trust that it's enough. So I went back and I got it through my head, and I'm like, I don't need to do an episode every week. I don't need to find all these people right now. Take the time, search for people, schedule it one step at a time, and then do it at your own pace. So that's what I did, and now I'm at 58 episodes.
Look at that. Congratulations. It's those steps, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
one step at a time. And the problem is we want to take multiple steps and then we fall and we're like, oh no, we want to run back to the beginning. But look at you. That's inspiration right there. You got up, you said, okay, you fell because you had nobody to interview, and then you got up again and you did it again. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't just, oh, from 7 episodes to 58 episodes, oh, it all went great after that. No, there's been setbacks. There's been times when you don't want to do it, when you don't feel good enough to doing it, when you're like, oh my God, why am I doing this? And then you realize this is why I want to do it, right? Like when you're on there and you're interviewing somebody, I'm almost positive that you remember, wow, this is why I love doing this. So I'm glad you didn't quit. I'm glad you didn't quit.
Yeah, and I have confused people because recently I said goodbye to Standing Strong and I rebrand my name to Let's Chat with Waylon. I did 2 episodes and I'm like, Let's Chat with Waylon isn't working for me. It's not working. So I did some thinking, some hard searching, and I'm like, I need to bring back Standing Strong. I'm like, I did 54 episodes before I quit, and I'm like, it's just telling me to bring it back. So I decided to bring back Standing Strong and continue on with it. And what I did that confused people, yes, it's called Standing Strong. Let's Chat with Waylon. It will always be called Standing Strong. It's just my catchphrase is Let's Chat with Waylon.
Yes.
So
that's a great name for a podcast. Standing Strong.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love it.
Well, thank you so much for your time. One last time, where can people find you on social media?
On Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, you can find me at Steve A. Cruz. That's at Steve A. Cruz.
There you go, everyone. Give him a follow. Thank you, Steve, for being my 58th guest on Standing Strong. I hope 2024 is an awesome year with big opportunities coming your way. Until the 59th episode, everyone, I will catch you all later.